All right, we're gonna start with Japanese spark plugs. I'll show you how to do a couple of them and we'll fast forward. Oh, these are hex, so if you have a hex one, that's okay. So you're gonna screw this out a little bit. And screw this all the way in. It's probably good enough. So I'm gonna double check, see what these gaps are at currently. Start with this big one here. I'm gonna slide this in till it barely touches. It was definitely pretty big. So we're gonna aim for 0.022 here. So you basically wanna slide it in to where no resistance and you can't move it up and down. You can do this very slowly, small increments. You don't wanna overdo it because these are not really good to try to press back out. So let it kind of touch. Now a couple turns at a time. They're already pretty close, so don't have to go much. Let's try. Make sure 0.24 doesn't fit. Almost. I wish I had a 0.023. It'd be nice to have the increments right before and right after what you're doing, so that'd be easier to check, but you can come with that. Still a little place. I'm gonna adjust it a little bit more. Remember, I mean, it doesn't take much. Good enough. Let's see how this 0.02 feels. Oh yeah, that's free to spin. 0.024 doesn't go in, so I believe that's good enough. It's close to 0.022. Like I said, I wish I had a 0.023 and a 0.021 so I could use that to double check. I'm gonna put a little bit of anti-seize on these. You don't want much. Some people don't use it at all, but you don't want much because you don't want to mess up your torque value when you're ready to use your torque space to put these down. Now, final torque spec can tell you guys, so I just put a little bit. I don't want to go too crazy, which is kind of a lot, but and it'll spread around the threads as you screw it in. So that's one. All right, spark plugs are gonna be kind of difficult, especially this one. So you wanna get the ones you can get out first, which are gonna be these. That side's easier, and I believe you can try to get a double wobble socket in there and make some room. If not, you may have to take the intake manifold off, but I'm gonna try to do it the way without removing the intake manifold because, I mean, it doesn't look too difficult. A couple screws, maybe you can leave the lines connected, but I'm gonna try it the other way. So yeah, let's go ahead and look over here. So these clips, I'm gonna grab and you pull them, give a little wiggle until they're out. And once they're out, I'm gonna make sure they're all the way out. And once they're out, squeeze down on them and pull. So same thing for all of them, just showing you the easy side. Once you do that, you're gonna take your 10 mil extension and get that out. So we'll try to do that now before we get to the hard one. Nice if you have something magnetic to hold these. And then you just kind of twist and wiggle. These are flexible, so it's okay. Just twist, wiggle, and pull gently. And there you go. So let's see. We'll go ahead and get this part plug out, then we'll go to the hard one. So all you need now is your extension. I have a wobble one to make it a little easier. Don't necessarily need it. Get this. Get this. That goes on there. I always use hand tools for these guys. I mean, you can use the electric, but I don't like to mess up things. This is magnetic, so it'll hold it in. You just stick that in there. Make sure it's seated before you start twisting. Give it a crack. Once you have it cracked open, you can use your hands to finish unscrewing it. Once it's free, pull it up, the magnet holds it. And there you go. Original one. So you're gonna do that for all three of these. Your screw for this one's here. Undo your clip, make sure you keep your clips in order. You won't mess up your firing order. Same with that third one. That's out, you pull the old one out. Now you can push a new one in. So let that seat in there. Take this off, just drop it in a little easier. Drop it. So seated, give it some good twist. So I'm gonna put these in at I think it says 15 to 20 foot-pounds. So I'm gonna do about 17. Until you feel that click. Over tighten these. So when you get tight, go slow till that click comes. Now that's in there. Now for the boots, put a little dielectric grease on there. I just kind of feel this tip up here and go around the edge with it. Give you good contact. Make sure your hole is lined up where the screw goes. Slide it in there. Press and wiggle till it seats. Push your screw. Hold it the same way with your finger down in there. Lower it down. Do that. You feel it get hand tight. I don't have a torque reading for these. I want to say it's like 12, but let's get them to their snug with a small wrench. That way you won't put too much on there. Put your clip back on. You hear it snap, then you push that gray tab back in. Now for the hard side. So for this side, it's best to get your front and rear ones out first. So that's one, and that rear one is two. So to do that, basically I use the same concept. I use this tin here. I have a little wobble extension on there. So you can get that on there pretty well. I have the screws out already, but you get that on there pretty well. Get that 10 mil out. As far as this clip here, if you can't reach it that good, you just kind of reach both your hands around it and use your fingers. So you can use your fingers, pop that gray part out, and the same thing, use your finger, press that tab, pull it out, and you will your socket, your coil pack. So that's for the first one. Now for the rear, you do the same thing. You can kind of go through here and you can get to your 10 mil screw. I already have it out, but go through here get to your 10mm screw. That's a straight shot. Same thing with tabs. You pull that out, wheel it out, pull the cord pack. Now for this middle one, you need to put on a small ratchet just like this, because you're going to come in from the side, so you cannot use an extension. So you come in under this intake pipe. Like I have it out already. We come in under this intake pipe, and that's why you unplug this first. That way you can actually reach to it. But you come in under this intake pipe, and you'll be able to get to that 10mm. But you need this because you don't have much room here. So you come in from behind here at this behind this intake, and then you can reach there to get to that. You don't have much bigger room, but you can get it out. And then the same thing with the tabs on it. You kind of come to this back side here and use your fingers, and you can pinch to pull that cord pack out, pull that tab out. Yeah, now as far as this cord pack here, you're gonna pull it out from the back also. These are flexible, so you know they can bend pretty good. So they bend all the way, so you'll be okay. I heard if you pull it out, it may come loose, but it's just a rubber boot. So if you do end up pulling this cord pack off the rubber boot, that's okay. Get the cord pack off, and then you can put the rubber boot back on there. But you'll kind of come through this angle here, and you'll be bending it, and you pull it out. Now, as far as getting a spark plug out, you're going to need a wire. Here. So you drop it in there. Same thing, make sure it's seated. You can crack that open. And you pull that guy out. Get your new one. Seat it in the socket like all the rest. Drop it in here at this angle. Seems like my spark plug tool is getting caught on the edge. So don't forget about this space behind here, guys. Reach behind under the intake for any issues. There we go. Twist by hand, you'll feel the threads catch. That's tight. Do my torque spec. Here we go. Pull that out. So like I said, this cord pack, you want to come in from this back side here. So you'll come in from this side and you just slide it in. Oh wait, I forgot my dielectric grease. Come in from this back side. So you bend a little bit, just kind of wiggle it down. Wiggle and twist. And as you see, that's now in there and seated. So we get your 10 mil and your small ratchet extension. Finger on it, and if you want, you can cover these holes with tissue if you don't want to make sure you drop the screw. But like I said, remember, go under the intake if needed. I'm actually gonna start this one by hand. And when you're trying to get these screws in and out, the tool may not work as far as reaching in there, so you just get it in there. You can use your 2 fingers while, like I said, around the intake. So I got 2 hands, and use your 2 fingers to go around it. Till that screw starts. Alright guys, got the screw started. So like I said, you gotta reach around and get your 2 fingers here and just screw it in by hand like that. Then you'll take your short ratchet. I'm going to come in from down here. Solid. This is the best space. About as tight as that one's going to get. And then your plug, which is here, that plug. Just reach in. It's probably hard to see here, but best you reach in and plug that in from the back and snap. And then you do your rear, which should be pretty easy, and you push your front back in. So I'm gonna get this knocked out and then move on to the next step. If you got any questions on this, I don't mind recording this again or taking the top off to show you more detail. But basically get your front and your rear one off, and then you can slide this middle one out from the back. Nothing really special I use, just a wobble extension which should come in your socket set. And these wobble sockets help out a little bit, but it may not be necessary. But you definitely are going to need this piece here. That way you can drop it in there. Alright, I'll go ahead and button up the rest of these. Put these in, and we'll move on to JB4. Alright guys, welcome back. Everything's done. So you want to make sure that all your clips are fastened on all 6. Make sure everything's pressed in, everything's torqued down. Don't forget a clip, because then you have a misfire running on 5 cylinders or something. So all that's installed. I went ahead and put my catch can back on. That's on there.